This is a very simple idea. In JavaScript, we can write a function inside another function. Consider this example. We want to write a function that, given the length of two sides of a right angle triangle, we want to find its hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is the root of the sum of the squares of two sides. Of course, a square is supposed to be a more generic function, but let's say that we don't want the square function to be accessible to anyone else. We want this function to be called from within the hypotenuse function only. So we can write the square function inside the hypotenuse function itself. One function inside another, and these are called nested functions. So square function is nested inside the hypotenuse function. Let's just write this function in our JavaScript console, and let's find the hypotenuse of sides 3 and 4, which of course is 5. But if we try to call the square function directly, we cannot do that. Alright? So nested functions can be called from the function inside which they are declared and not from outside. Alright? Another thing to notice in case of nested functions is that any variable declared inside the outer function is also available within the inner function. For example, let me just declare a variable named y and assign some number, say 46, to it. Now this variable is accessible even within the nested square function. Let me just print the value of y from inside this function. Now if you call the hypotenuse function, it also prints 46 a couple of times because the square function has been called twice. So that brings us to another thing, closures, which we will look in the next lecture.